So Danny, I hate to ask, but can we see what it's like? Give it a little bit with it. She moves pretty good. Sounds really good too. What's up, guys? Today I am here with my buddy Danny. I've known Danny literally since I was yay big, probably, and he's a family friend that we've known forever. And today I am shooting his 1985 Corvette. Danny, how you doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good, man. Can't complain. It's October. It's like 10, 13 degrees. I don't know what it is, but it's a beautiful day out, which is awesome.
Yeah, almost the end of October too, and it's hard to get nice days like this for very much longer.
Absolutely. Glad to be out here and being able to cover your car. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to shoot this car.
No problem.
So now, Danny, correct me if I'm wrong, but this car has been in your family since new.
Since new, in 85 when my uncle bought it.
85, off the showroom floor, your uncle bought this car.
Yep.
Okay, so now this isn't just for you guys at home as well. This isn't just a C4 Corvette, okay? This car actually has some stuff done to it, and that's why we're shooting it, is because it's a pretty unique car. So, Danny, back in 85, these cars would have came with a 350, 230 horsepower. What's in it now?
Right now it's got the Lingenfelter motor in it. It was a crate motor because my uncle didn't like the fact that it only had 220 horse and it seemed like such a slow car to drive. So he started modifying it right off the bat and said, you know what, no. So he bought a crate motor and had Lingenfelter tune it and build it for him.
Right. And okay, so we knew they were 220, 230 horsepower. What kind of power is this car now if you had to ballpark it?
Ballpark, with the paperwork that I'm still going through on it, it's over 600 horsepower.
600 horsepower. That is absolutely crazy. And these cars are fairly light. They're like 3,200 pounds. Sorry, fairly light compared to the stuff that I drive. My Camaro's 3,850. So me in it, it's north of 4,000 pounds, obviously. It's, well, 41. Let's be honest here, okay? But yeah, so this is a pretty light car, and it's pretty cool too because you actually have these wheels he ordered back in 91, you were saying, I believe?
Yeah, I think it was 91 on the paperwork.
91, and they're like $2,700, and these tires are actually from 91 as well. The crazy part is I know a lot of people watching this video are gonna be like, man, those things are obviously way past expiration. They're date stamped out. They're probably all weather cracked and stuff like that. But believe it or not, they actually appear to be in pretty good shape. These tires are, because this car was stored indoors, right, in a climate controlled environment all the time, the tires didn't see the sun. They never got weather cracked or anything like that. So The rubber is actually really good. And I'll actually show you guys right away what the rubber looks like on this, but they actually look like brand new tires.
Yeah, they still had the nubs on it when we pulled it out. That's
incredible. Absolutely incredible. So as well, I gotta ask, I got a cameraman today too. This is pretty awesome. Thanks, Declan, by the way. This is greatly appreciated. But there's a trailer sitting here. Declan, why don't we show him this trailer? But this trailer is filled with parts, all the original parts from this Corvette, including the motor, 2 sets of wheels and tires, you name it. They've got all the stock parts for this car, which is absolutely
incredible. And everything that he bought for this, if there was a screw that he didn't like, he'd order everything from GM brand new. So everything that's for this car is all GM parts, except for the motor. The motor itself. Well, the motor is GM, but it's GM and Lingenfelter together. Right.
So obviously the intake was done as well. I think you were saying the intake was like $2,100 back in the day.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's got long tube headers on it.
High flow cats. Stainless exhaust.
Absolutely really cool car. And it's obviously in mint shape. And I cannot believe how clean it is. Like, even the interior, when you actually get into this car and look at it, like, it's so immaculate. Like, it's almost like a time capsule. All the writing is all intact, all the switches, they don't look sticky or worn out or anything like that. It's really cool to see a car of this age, well, same age as me, pretty much, you know? But cool to see a car of this age in this type of condition. And obviously...
It was his baby.
Yeah.
It was his toy. He had a 65 Corvette as well that he used to play with. But this one, he seemed to almost flock to more than he did with his 65. This was his baby.
Right.
He used to go to the Corvette shows in Minneapolis, Brainerd, down in the States once a year for it. Right. And take the car down there with him and drive it down there and drive it back. So any miles that are on this, it's only got 95,000 kilometers on it.
Wow.
And all the miles that are on it are pretty much just going to car shows.
That is pretty amazing. And as I said, it's a really cool car. And for you guys at home, I don't know if you've ever heard of this or not, but this car has a transmission in it called a 4+3. I was like, what the hell is a 4+3? But so I was doing a little bit of research on it. I guess it's this transmission built by Doug Nash, and it's a 4-speed manual tranny, and it's got overdrive, like this electro-hydraulically controlled overdrive unit, so you can put the car in overdrive in 2nd gear, 3rd gear, or 4th gear. It's really weird, and I mean, they only made them from 84 till 88 on these C4 Corvettes. I don't know if it's a good trans. I don't know if it was a popular trans. It's unique, and I guess that's what we're shooting, is unique stuff. So we'll check that out as well. Check out the trans in this car, and just check out some of the really weird, quirky things with one of these older vets.
Yeah, it's a neat system. Apparently it wasn't exactly a desired system, but if you maintained them and took care of them, they were very reliable.
And now, luckily enough, you were saying that you have all the parts to rebuild it if you need to. And
yeah, it came with it as well.
So if it ever blows up,
I've got the parts for it.
You got the parts to put it back together.
Yeah,
again.
exactly. Yeah,
That is...
it's not an easy part. I've got all the service manuals for it, and it's been a part before, because again, nobody knew much about them, and they had problems with them not using them properly.
Right.
And again, there's special oils, special additives that you're supposed to use in them, and most people never bothered. They just leave them.
Right.
Because the books even state you don't need to change the transmission oils. You don't need to. I'm like, no. And even my uncle was in the same agreement that you still got to change oils. Things wear out.
Of course. Of course. And I mean, if there's anybody that can fix it, it's this guy right here. I know you guys probably don't know him on camera or anything like that, but Danny is the master of tinkering with shit. Okay? Like, if there's something that needs to be fixed, if it's got an engine, this guy can do it. So you're the right person to probably own a 4+3 transmission.
That is very correct. Yeah. I can't do much work right now waiting on surgery, but it's
of course.
It's still my toy that pretty much having it being the family's car, my uncle's car. It was his baby, and now it's mine. So.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you're probably looking forward to eventually one day getting back to being able to tinker and stuff like that.
That's exactly it, and then getting back out on the track racing with the other cars too. So
yeah, exactly, right? So anyways, guys, let's take a closer look at this Corvette. We'll check it out. Let's take a look at the interior. You know what? We'll get Danny to fire it up for us. Maybe we'll take it out for a drive, see if we can get some cool shots of it and stuff like that. Hear what it sounds like. How does that sound, guys? Good?
Sounds good to me.
Good. Okay, let's do it. Okay, guys, check this car out. Like, it's just so unique and so different than anything modern. I hate to say that, but like, look at this. Yeah, that's the windshield washer switch on the door. You got a handbrake on the left side. But yeah, like it's in really good shape, this car. Look at the seats. Beautiful embroidery on the headrest for the Corvette logos. Like, you got your mirrors and stuff like that, all controlled in the center. Power window switches in the center. There's your 4-speed manual transmission. This car as well originally would have had AM/FM tape, or cassette as we like to call it. You young kids probably don't even know what the hell that is. You probably don't even know what this is. That's a CD player. But yeah, that's out of, I think, an 89 Corvette. So it's a little bit more modern. I'm going to guess these wheels are probably about a 10-inch wide wheel. They're running 285s in all 4 corners. Nice square setup. Be good on the track. Here's the motor here. What a big difference. We'll see if we can go out for a drive in this thing too, and just see what it's like. I would imagine with 600 horsepower, it's got to be quite the upgrade from the original 230. So crazy too how big the hoods are. You wouldn't want to damage one of those. Good luck finding another one. There it is, 4+3, only available for 4 years in the C4 Corvette. I don't know if that's because of a terrible design or what happened, but either way, unique as hell and not something you see every day. Okay, let's go for a ride in this thing. See what it's all about. I don't even know if I'll fit in here. Oh, God, this thing's low. You like sink into the seat?
Like I said, it's lower than me.
So how is it to drive with that like overdrive tranny?
It's actually pretty easy.
Yeah?
Yeah, just push the button.
And it does its thing.
Down. It does its thing, yeah. I usually give the clutch a burp.
Right.
And then it shifts nicer, smoother. You don't have that clunk when it goes into like an overdrive.
Right. Okay, so this one,
It's in overdrive.
and for you guys watching at home, actually, I'm just gonna put up my window. Normally the overdrive button was right here, but the original owner, Danny's uncle, swapped it out, so they actually made it in here, so now you can just push the button and do its thing. So can you show us what it's like if you were to like, does RPMs drop and stuff like that?
Yeah, like right now we're in overdrive.
Okay, so that's out of overdrive.
In third gear.
In third gear. So then if you, so now we're still in third gear, and you just notice the RPM obviously do a significant drop there. So it's kind of a interesting setup. And there's fourth there. So we're just rolling along on the highway here. We're only doing like 75, 76 kilometer an hour, but the RPM's like 1,400 RPMs. It's pretty crazy.
And then we take it out.
And then once you take it out, it jumps up to like, 2,100 RPM. That's pretty fascinating. It's pretty cool. I've never actually...
10 liters per 100K right now.
It's funny because like I've been around cars like all my life or whatever, but like I just don't remember driving any of this like old 80s stuff. Okay, so Danny, I hate to ask, but can we see what it's like? Give it a little bit with it. Moves pretty good. Sounds really good too. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to mention what speeds we're doing because that would be illegal. But we're just barely breaking the speed limit. Let's just say that, okay?
It doesn't take much to get there either. But this thing will pull 6,500 RPM.
Right.
It says 6,000, but I'm not going to push it to that point because the engine, I don't want to have to put another $40,000 motor into it.
Of course. I can respect that.
But it's just got constant pull no matter which way you go through it.
I will say I'm very actually impressed with how smooth it is. Like it drives like a Cadillac. Like it's like I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, like it's not really bumpy or anything. Like it's just smooth sailing, this car.
Yeah, it's got the Bilstein's shocks in it. It's been lowered an inch and a half, so it's a little stiffer. When you hit a bump, you really know you're hitting that bump.
Right. Well, I gotta say, I'll cut this video a little bit short, but thank you so much for taking time to come meet up with me, to show me your car, talk to me about it, and it's cool to see that it's in the family. I'm assuming this car will never be for sale.
No, it won't be.
So
it's even in dire straits, I'll find a different way because this car is staying where it is. It's the fact that it was my uncle's and it was his from brand new. It'll get passed down to the next generation. So.
Right.
And it's still all original paint. It's never been in an accident. It's staying that way.
Yeah.
As long as I can, and I'll just be a little cautious with some of our crazy drivers we have around. I'm more worried about them than what I can do with it. So.
Of course. Well, you hear that, Declan? One day this car is going to be yours. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for today. If you've enjoyed the content, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Say thanks to Danny in the comments for letting us come and shoot his cool car. But yeah.
I do apologize for the Toyota jacket.
That's okay. We'll let it slide this time.
I still had a Toyota race car at one point. So
There you go. There you go. That's all I got, guys. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.